Today's October 22nd, maybe. It's Thursday. We're at 188 Neptune, Jersey City. Just want to make sure we get some paint on the front saddle there. We can probably repaint the front door, clean it up. We'll power wash in here. Maybe we'll just paint this awning. If it doesn't come out clean, we'll spray it white. We need a second mailbox. We have to make sure that both doorbells are working. We have an exterior light fixture right here. And you can see the brick molding is kind of just put on there. Maybe we'll just like fill this with some caulk, clean it up. The front entranceway here, we can do this in like a vinyl plank. Maybe you can remove this saddle here so everything is consistent all the way throughout. Just have a couple holes to repair. No big deal. On the front door, I want to make sure that we have the door jamb reinforcer on this one. So therefore, we secure the house better. This door we could end up leaving. We'll sand and paint it. But we'll fix up the jamb. We'll put at least a door jamb reinforcer for the lock. Make sure all the seals are new and redone. We have a little couple holes in the ceiling. We'll have to do the light fixture. This light fixture is controlled by the switches here, but what they did is this decor switch controls this light. This, I believe, actually controls the switch outside, but there used to be a switch here which would control the light up there. They took it out, and I don't know why, because you need a switch down here, so at night, these people have light going up to their apartment. We're going to just do the hallway here. We want to make sure that we'll clean this door up here so it just looks like one flat wall. We'll have to make sure that the smoke alarms are in. They may be interconnected. This might just be maybe a sensor light. I don't know if that's on a switch or not, to be honest with you. The front door, we're going to change this front apartment door. We're going to put a fire rated door in here. We can leave the, maybe we'll clean up the ceiling, but we can leave it or we can clean it up. It's actually in structurally fine condition. This wall right here though, if we can maybe pull the trim out and make it look a little bit better, that would be optimal. A lot of the switches are already in. They just need some covers. There's a couple things here and there to do. The thermostat, we could probably put a new digital thermostat on there. We'll spray the radiators. We'll keep the same color like the gray. The walls are not going to be perfect, but we can get these sanded down first before we paint them to get all those little boogers off. And maybe like the big spots, kind of like those we are going to do. So we're going to put a fair amount of work in here. You can see the trim on the door. It was kind of like this frame was just kind of built. So we could actually just probably rip that out, get a pre-hung door that's going to fit. You could kind of see the uglies on the wall over here. So you want to clean up some of these walls. The windows are going to need some work. We're going to have to order new cranks like this one. He says you crank this, we'll have to get it readjusted. But the windows actually do operate. They have this framed out for a bifold door. I do not think we should be putting bifold doors in here because the tenants will just destroy them. So we should just get a pre-hung door, put it in there. We have like some small little base trim in here. But what I want to do is I want to put vinyl plank in here. So we can take that little, I don't want to call it base trim, but we'll take that little rectangle trim off, put down our new vinyl plank, and then we'll re-trim out in here. Because they do have like the big trim everywhere else, except for where the new sheetrock is and then on these two walls. We'll just give a little bit of love to the ceilings. We'll have to put in new light fixtures. There are a lot of materials here. I'll find out if the light fixtures are here or not. We'll have to do some patching around the electric panel. We'll have to do a door for the closet. The jamb is pretty messed up. So we need new closet shelves, plus the hangers. When we do the fire rated door, we're gonna make sure we have the little peephole in there. Going into the kitchen, what I'll do is we'll put a big saddle in between the transition here. We'll pull up the laminate, but there'll still be a height variation. So I want to put like a nice wide saddle here, so at least it flows over smoother versus, you know, going up very sharp and short. The kitchen, we'll pull up the laminate flooring. The cabinets are going to stay in the location they're at. What I'd like to do is just add a little filler right here. We'll stain it to match the cherry. We won't have to do the fridge. We're going to pull off the backsplash. We'll install a new backsplash. The cabinets are going to have to be cleaned specifically with spray 9. And it looks, is this spray 9? No, that's simple green. But we're going to use specifically spray 9. You can see it's a little cleaner here. And then with all the grease, that is definitely all spray 9. We're going to add the microwave right up in here. We're going to have the stove below it, so there's going to be nothing on the side here. We do need to have the dedicated line for the microwave. And I want the microwave is going to have to be exhausted and ducted outside. So we'll figure out how to run that a little bit later. The area back here, this is just going to be like their pantry. We're going to have to pull this ceiling down. We got to redo the roof that's on the outside. So we need to protect this from the outside first before we do anything in here. But all this stuff needs to get taken out. Maybe we can even level this up a little bit to match this floor. So the vinyl plank goes nice and neat inside there. The wall condition. So some of like the really big ugly spots are what we want to clean up, but all this stuff needs to be sanded. This little bit of a crack here we'll have to patch. Clearly we have patching to do over here. All the windows, we have to make sure that we have screens on them all. Let me just, can't we get in here? All the windows will be cleaned when we're done. I didn't see any windows that were vinyl that were broken. I'm not saying that that's not possible. The bathroom on the first floor. The first floor is going to be occupied before the second floor. So we need to make sure that we get this one done as soon as possible. So this is what we're going to do is we're going to replace this window. But the tub is going to come too far into the window. So since we have to do a new diverter anyway, and the drain belows are kind of messed up, what we'll do instead of having the diverter on this wall is we'll move the diverter and the drain onto this wall. That means that we're going to have to build a little wall right here, and there's going to be about a 10-inch gap. So let's do it this way. So the wall is going to come out and it's going to block the window by roughly about 10 inches. But since you'll have this space open, we'll do the little shelves all the way up and down. That's where they could put like their linen and towels and stuff like that. So we can have the toilet. The toilet will still be there. What I want to do is we'll get the drain and the vent for the sink. We're going to put it over here. And this little, the heat here, because this is hydronic radiators and some baseboards, we can put a little section in over here of baseboard heat. Other than that, we'll insulate whatever we need to for the exterior walls. We have the covers for the exhaust fan here. That's going to be the only light that's in here. He also has, for the switch, he has the timer switches here, which is good. We definitely need a door here as well. So that's it for the for the first floor. But since we're here, let me go outside. You can see that the brick molding here is all rotted through. Every time it rains, the water's going like inside the house. But we have the damage from up here. So we can see where the water's coming in here. There's maybe an issue with the J channel. We have to figure out why the water is definitely coming in over there. But this roof is sloped down and this way. What I want to do is we'll put a gutter over here. We'll come down the corner. We'll go back to the house. We're going to come this way and connect. So what we'll do is we'll extend this gutter down a little bit because there's plenty of pitch. So instead of coming up here, we'll just drop it to about here and go underneath that window, come here, catch it. I want to get like a screen or a mesh up on that so like birds don't go in there. A small screen would be good, like a window screen, and a mesh so that like bees don't go in there. They're having some water issues over here, so what I want to do is from the edge of the bilco door, slant down and divert all the water so at least goes out to over here. And there's not going to be much of a pitch here, but I still want to pitch whatever we can around this. Make sure that's nice and sealed. The window in the basement, it's going to be easier for us just to close that because they're going to have storage down here. So then we'll close that up. We'll repaint that foundation, but we got to touch up that one section over here as well. The back of the house, we're definitely going to power wash. We got to clean up the backyard of all this stuff here, and we're going to power wash the concrete. So let's just clean up this backyard. We can spray down some, grass killers after we're done with all this stuff. This back door, it might actually just be easier to get a whole new door frame and a door jamb. So in the hallway, again, we're going to have vinyl plank on the floor. We're going to work on that electric. They have a peephole here, so I guess it's fine. We'll clean up the hallway. It doesn't really need much work at all, to be honest. We'll leave this window in here. What I'm suggesting we do is we actually just close this up, sheetrock it, and then on the roof, we'll just take that window out. We'll frame it. We'll put a piece of plywood on top of it, and put the asphalt tar shingles on top of it, kind of like how you do for an access panel, and close it up permanently. So the second floor, we have a small bedroom, second bedroom, living room, bathroom, kitchen, and back here is bedroom number 3. So over here, fire rated door. We'll fix up the walls, close them up, match the trim as best as we can. We'll pull up this laminate floor. We'll fix the screens. We need a new handle for the casement window. These we can buy. Let's just check our framing because this thing is not too level. But this one they have is a bifold door. Even though it's elevated, I'm kind of thinking we get a slab and we make a regular door. But we just drill our own handle. So instead of the handle being up here from a pre-hung door, we lower it to the right size. We'll put in the shelving units in here and the closet poles. The switches are up kind of high, but it's okay. It's where it is. We'll need to add a door. We'll do new hinges. The walls in here are better than downstairs, so a lot less work to be done. The windows, again, we're going to have to double check each one of them. We'll get the new cranks in there. We'll do new trim where it's missing around. Probably easy to rip off the top piece too, actually. Those sliding doors up there, we'll make sure they work properly, which they do, but we want to get them painted. We need new doors for the closets. We should use slabs for sliding doors. We'll give them a new closet rod, new shelf, new closet rod, new shelf. Any of the electric boxes on the bottom, the base trim, when there's an outlet up top, we will just add a blank cover. So we'll add another blank cover there. We add another blank cover there. The radiators, things were working before. So this is like the old steam heat that was just converted. Need a handle, or maybe not, it doesn't even matter at this point. But we'll repaint these, make sure that any of these bleeder vents are operational and good. We need a new door for this bedroom. You can see the condition of the door jamb, so we want to repair a couple things like that. This looks really rough, especially down there. We can do a new thermostat on this floor. Take the air conditioning out. We have one light fixture here. So I was thinking that we'll actually leave this so that, you know, when somebody's in here, they'll know if somebody's coming up the stairs that they put the light on at night. Peephole in the door. Oh, because these are rentals, we also need the chain lock on the doors. So down in this kitchen, I think the same thing as downstairs. We'll cut this tile back a little bit, make a bigger saddle transition. We'll put the vinyl plank on top of here. We'll just make sure that these grout lines are filled. So what we're going to do here is we're going to put cabinets on this wall. We're going to have a stove right here, a cabinet, and a fridge. So I have a little mark right here. So what we're going to do is this wall, we're going to build it out about 18 inches. The reason that we're going to do that, I'm going to come this side, is because if we build this wall, we come out right here. What we're going to have is we're going to have the sink, the dishwasher. Oh yeah, so here, sorry, go this way. We got a filler. Then we have the dishwasher, 24. We're going to have the sink. And I think we have like a 15-inch cabinet next to the sink. Then when the wall comes out right over here, we're going to have, what are my notes here? Or we're going to have like an 18-inch cabinet. Then we're going to have the stove. Then we're going to have like another 18 or 15-inch cabinet here. And then we're going to have the fridge. This framing right here, though, I want to recess it back more so that when somebody brings a fridge in here, the fridge doesn't stick so far past the stove. We're going to recess it back a little, so therefore it'll look like a countertop depth fridge. When we have the stove here, we need to duct it outside. We have the gas pipe here, which is fine. We just want to basically go for a new a gas shutoff valve, because that's the old one. This old fan in here, we'll just take this out. We'll just cut our cap and get rid of the electric. And then we'll just seal up the hole here on this chimney. We have the switch right here, but all these little boxes are absolutely nothing. We don't need to have an outlet right there because there's going to be nothing there. Remember, we have the fridge. The fridge is going to come out to about here. There's no need to have an outlet right next to the fridge. I did the math already on this, so we're going to be fine here. But we're going to put a peninsula right here. It'll come out 5 feet. So therefore, you can put 2 people on each side. But the cabinets are only going to be 4 feet because on the front side, I want to have an overhang. So you can sit 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 people on this island. We only have to do one light fixture up here. When we do the light fixture, make sure that it is big enough that it has a 3 bulb fixture on it. This is a small bedroom. It's kind of like everything else. We're going to sand all the walls, get them prepped. We have a little bit of work on this back wall to do. So we will just patch what we need. We're going to clean up all the windows. Any of the trim, first of all, take all the brackets off, take all the curtain rods off. We're going to give a little bit of love to the trim, not a crazy amount of love. This door here, we can choose to leave it, maybe get a new handle, but this is just some 1x, and this is just like a masonite board. This door is very flimsy. I would really prefer to change that door and just do it right. If we change the door, we'll just change the top ones to make it match. We don't have to reframe up there. Clearly we need a new door here as well. Okay. The tile, when we do the vinyl plank on top, because I can hear that I can see it's cracked, but I can hear it crunching when I'm walking on it. So we don't have to worry about that. For the cabinets, these will maybe just be like a white shaker, maybe a brown shaker, maybe go a little cheaper. Because we're doing the island here, it's just going to be easier to do the granite. All right, the bathroom. So the bathroom has the tub going this way. Then you have the toilet, and then you have the vanity here. So you kind of like walk into the vanity. So we have enough room to put the tub here. We can put the vanity over here, and then we leave the toilet over here. Therefore, at least when we walk in, we have a clear, straight path. So we have the toilet, we have the tub, and then the vanity over here. The window's like a little bit crooked. We're going to see what we can do about addressing that and fixing that. Hopefully, we can kind of keep it the way it is. We have to duct the exhaust fan outside. Don't forget that the stack, when it was leaking or when it was raining the other day, it was leaking up there, so we had to check the stack from the roof. From the home inspection report, the roof seems to be fine. We will still power wash it and then give it a silver line. Right next to the toilet flange, you can see they cut this floor joist. And right down there, I mean, that floor joist is about less than an inch thick. So we're going to have to do some framing to fix this up. We want to do all the plumbing, all the framing, and all the electric that we need to do for this floor, because we're going to focus on the first floor first to get all the stuff done there so we can move a tenant in there. When we sheetrock up here, realize that this is all blown insulation above this bathroom, but we need to make sure that this is insulated. Yeah, so those drains for the sink are going to go here. We can auto vent this. It's not going to be a problem. We said vinyl planks. Same thing as everything downstairs. Fire rated door. All right, we're going to go down to the basement. In the event that this door can be swapped out with that wood door if they're the same size, it would be absolutely great, because that wood door is pretty ugly. Okay, when we come down the stairs, we're going to clean this place up. The railings are fine. It's textured ceilings. Get rid of that box. Just make it as nice as we can to walk down, because we're going to have this as a finished appeal. You know, if we have any issues to deal with the steps, let's make sure that we do that. So when we walk downstairs, there's a little wall here and an opening. We're just going to leave this so that we can make this part over here a laundry room. All we need is a washer, the dryer, and a utility sink. Exactly how it's being laid out is to be determined. But we need this area here because we have the landing for the stairs. When we come over here and we come through this doorway, we could probably actually get rid of this doorway, to be honest. We'll come in another 3 feet, and this will be where the wall starts. So there'll be a wall here. We'll add a door somewhere over here so that it opens to that side only. So we have a wall that comes here. We're going to turn. We're going to come over to right about here. We're going to get rid of the hot water heater, and we're going to go straight across. When we go straight across with this wall, we only really need to come, let me do it right about here. So this wall really only needs to come about here, and then we're going to cross over. So if this is the wall, this part stays all unfinished. It gives us access for our electric panels. It gives us access to the Verizon box, which we don't really care about right now. And then we have access to the hot water heaters, which we're going to replace. So when we have the wall built over here, it basically gives us this whole section to make laundry. Because we have the gas meters in the way here, maybe what we could do is build a wall in between them and then leave a big access panel for a future service. But also on this wall, like over here, we can build a wall. So the back of the laundry room won't be on this brick, but the back of the laundry room would be like here. So if we come this way, that's why we can go a little bigger, because we have the space. Remember, when we walk down the stairs, since the wall's going to start over here, this is the access the door for over there. We'll build this wall, come this way, and then another one here. When we build this wall, this door will be for the laundry room. When the wall comes here and then it goes over, once we move this hot water heater, then we can have a door over here to make sure that we service all the boilers and the electric panels. And then what we'll do is right here, we'll continue that wall. So wherever, actually I think I pointed over here, but wherever this wall, we'll just continue this wall straight right onto this column. And this is where we'll put the door. So the wall will come here, the wall will go this way. So when you walk down into this area, you don't see any of this stuff. It looks nice and finished. We're gonna sheetrock the ceiling. So any tenant that comes downstairs over here, this part where they can walk will all be finished. We'll put the vinyl plank down here as well, just so they have a nice clean looking laundry room. Everything past over here is not gonna look pretty. We have a lot of the copper to clean up in here. We're not gonna be putting a bathroom, we're not gonna be doing a kitchen. We wanna make sure that we protect that stack right there. Coming back over here, the water meter is right behind the hot water heater. So there's the water meter. So basically from right here going down, this is the lead line, this is copper going up. So where this T is, we're gonna eliminate all this lead line. We're gonna leave that copper wherever it goes, we'll figure everything out. But we're gonna continue another water line because that lead water line goes underground. So that water line goes somewhere around here and then it pops up right there. So anything that the water line is connected to, we're gonna cut all the lead out. And then if we have to feed, because it goes to the bathrooms, wherever, we are going to run the new piece of PEX. This is the first floor toilet flange. If you can see the way it connects into the stack, it's not connected in properly. So in order to change that hub, we got to change these three. So we'll cut the stack up top, cut it down low. We'll do new PVC so we can get into the new toilet stack. And when we cut this, we'll take this whole piece of metal out because then it connects to PVC. So we cut the PVC here, connect it, no big deal. This line right here, this was probably this is one of the old sinks or the laundry. Whatever we don't need, get rid of it. We don't need we don't need any of this here because there's nothing going on. So basically from here to here, let's just put a piece of PVC in there. This window is already closed up with the siding. We'll just close that one up instead of having a bi window. Because we have the radiators down here, well, they're pretty shitty anyway. Maybe this one. Maybe we'll just try to keep a little heat tapped off one of these units, maybe a little tapped off here, a little tapped off this one. And we'll add like 2 pieces of heat down here to keep this weathered. This main girder beam, even though we're not finishing this area, we want to pull any wires that are